15 long.
Yeah, I was able to speak with Michael Russell earlier today to kind of discuss the game plan for Taylor Fritz, and he said, well, the main... and just wants to dictate play, right, for Taylor Fritz. He wants to wants him to come forward more.
So 15.
Yeah, and I think
that's not an easy ball there.
Yeah, and I think so.
That was the idea he had in mind.
Fritz.
All right, that's a good start. Well, that's a pretty nice serve.
15 long.
Yeah, and I always love when I'm doing research on a new player that I hadn't really seen much from. And yeah, so he started training there in Buenos Aires just a few years ago, moved to Cordoba to train under coach Facundo Arguello, former top 150 player in the world. But then now he's moved back to Buenos Aires and trains under coach Sebastian Gutierrez.
Oof, heavy forehand. Some good footwork to get to the volley, just failed to convert it.
But to get to 89 in the world, that's a lot of winning on the Challenger Tour. I mean, that's a lot of...
Yeah, there's the inside out again. Got to find some weapons out there that are reliable.
Oh, that's the variety that Comesana can bring. And Taylor Fritz thought he was going to go for the drop shot.
Komesana.
He does a nice job. He was down to break point in that service game, but able to get through it.
15 long.
His biggest and best weapon.
So it's long.
Tell me, hey, this one's going to be an ace right here down the tee. He would know exactly when he was going to hit the ace, and he would make sure of it. Just like that one right there. He just trusts his spots.
Good timing. Wow, that was quite an attempt. You can see this guy moves well. Here's Francisco Comesana at 1-2. Minor leagues in the game. He's played his way up to the big show.
And Komesana in his second round win against Hugo Humbert. Power.
Out. 30-15.
Sometimes you can use that pace to your advantage.
40-15. Game, Comesana.
You know, you spoke about Comesana's win against Andrei Rublev at Wimbledon.
Yeah, heavy forehand. He got up on top of the bounce.
Yeah, you mentioned kind of that financial
preparations just to get here and make it happen. A little too much on that forehand. Right on the line, or maybe just a piece of it.
Yeah, and he had Comesana so far behind the baseline. He knew if he went with a little bit of an angle, it would get away from his opponent, but that was just clipping the line.
That counts for you. Oh, yes. Boy, that was a crafty volley. It needed to be good with Komesana charging.
Once again, so far behind the baseline. That's why this drop volley was effective. But again, Taylor Fritz does know how quick he is. So knew he had to be perfect with it. I was always taught a drop volley or drop shot, if it bounced in the box 3 times, then that was the perfect drop shot or drop volley. That was close to 3 bounces, and it worked just well.
Advantage, Fritz.
Both in 4 sets. This is the first time playing a righty at this U.S. Open.
Game, Fritz.
Komesana doing a great job of staying on that backhand side and slice. He was able to use the slice, keep the ball low, made Taylor have to hit up with not a lot of pace, and that opened up the forehand. From Comesana for the open stance, and then around the outside part of the ball here. Nice and low. These courts are playing medium fast, so when they're playing medium fast, you really have to stay low on those deep balls that are deep in the court. Just a couple days ago, it was 94 degrees, and it was just very difficult for the players.
Again, Comesana.
So now he wants to get past that. Will the nerves creep in?
Komesana had 21.
Yeah, you know, and looking at his, so for Taylor Fritz, just need to keep holding serve and see what he can do on return.
That's a lot of feel in 1 point. I mean, the lob was beautifully controlled. And then
15.
Yeah, Comesana doesn't play a lot of doubles, actually. He's 0-2 on the year, but we see the feel here, and the key is just the soft hands, holding the racket soft on that forehand volley, keeping the racket out in front.
all right, and another good forehand there from Taylor Fritz.
New balls, please.
Yep, right on top of the net. It wasn't much of a drop shot.
Taylor Fritz has really been shoring up with Michael Russell. We know how well Taylor Fritz hits from the baseline, but just being able to come forward and finish balls at the net. Taylor Fritz loves the Olympics. I played a lot of doubles with him myself, and he always wanted to kind of learn and say, hey.
Grown up in the game with the juniors.
Yeah, speaking with Tommy Paul about that, he said,
Tokyo.
Well, it's a good forehand there, inside out. It was deep angle. All right, back to deuce. Oh, yes. Well, there wasn't a big window there with Comesana moving after that.
yeah, Taylor Fritz can hit this passing shot in his sleep. You know, again, practicing with him as much as I have, he literally owns this shot in his bag, never misses it. 99 out of 100, he's going to make that. Great use of the left hand, outside part of the ball. Comesana just didn't get closer enough to the net.
That is a significant moment there.
Oh. 15 long. Oh. 15 on.
Yeah, you can't be leaving the ball there. Comesana paid the price.
Far back, you just have to get the ball higher and deeper in the court, because if you don't and leave it hanging, these players, especially in the top 20 in the world, are going to make you pay.
And again, he's operating in the blue. He is tough to stop. Yeah, that's an impressive way to finish off the game and the set. Kind of a new name and a new player out of Argentina. If you follow the challengers in the futures, you might recognize his name, but
15 long.
at the ATP level, certainly at the Grand Slam level, because obviously he comes to
Yeah, for Comesana, he only had. So, you know, it's always interesting to see kind
of. Again, Komesana.
And you'll see some of the fans making their way in the stands like that, gentlemen. Obviously, the USTA allowing people in now, with certainly at the lower levels.
Great drop shot from Comesana. Fritz able to get up to it, but we've seen a few drop shots from Comesana just trying to take Fritz out of his comfort zone. I do like the fact that Fritz drop shotted the drop shot in front of him to keep it.
Don't see 15.
So they go 1 or 2 hours, but not Taylor Fritz. He went 45 minutes, kept it simple. And he said throughout each night, Taylor Fritz really enjoys Uber Eats.
Deuce. Advantage. Fritz.
Nice luxury.
Again, Fritz.
Yeah, Taylor Fritz having to save one break point in that game.
15 long.
Taylor Fritz is a guy that leaves no stone unturned in practice, that's for sure. Anyone in the world any given day.
Sort of like Andy Roddick and Roger Federer. He spoiled a lot of people's dreams, didn't he? Nice guy, but boy, he was tough.
Again, Komesana.
Yeah, Comesana with a strong service game at love. So he's still battling in the second. Certainly love to have a Grand Slam title. That's the ultimate goal in tennis. Well, that's a good long run. What's more important to the players? I know you spent a lot of time around the guys.
It might be.
Although fewer players get to number one.
Yes, no, I'm with you on that. But, you know, just having that trophy in your trophy case is. You know, you're discussing being number one. Taylor Fritz was, so he was used to being number one in the world as a junior.
That's interesting. Sort of those moments in time that Roddick was the last American to have.
Again, Fritz.
And a good strong game on his serve.
And not only that, I know it's American, so that's a little extra emphasis on trying to get to that title as well.
That was some good hitting there. Oh, yes. I mean, that two-hander up the line is money.
Yeah, just on that changeover, I saw Taylor Fritz.
Yeah, that's something the great Jimmy Connors, great U.S. Open champion.
Get Taylor going. And the glass is there.
Yeah, it was looking like it was a pretty good drop shot until it found the net. Extra suitcases because of all the suits they were bringing home.
Yeah, and they still have that now with the Stuttgart tournament on the grass leading into Wimbledon. It is sponsored by Boston, so that.
Oh, that's a heavy return. Yeah, he needed that. One swing of the racket to get a point. Yeah, that's just what he does. So there's a good game from Comesana. You can see he's still battling. There's a 4-3 lead here in the second. Descendant that's from sort of northwestern Spain, obviously from Argentina. His dad is Galician.
Not something that I hope Comesana even looks at, but Taylor Fritz is 7-0 against Argentines this season.
You know what? Yeah, big points, and Fritz takes advantage with that exchange.
But now game court for Fritz.
Yeah, that is a big game. Won the U.S. Open, Westside Tennis Club on clay. And he's been the sort of the long-standing icon of Argentine tennis, and that's why you see guys like Juan Martín del Potro, David Nalbandian.
So for Comesana being 5'10", he's like, hey, I can do it as well.
He's really good with that fake. I've seen that a couple times.
Currently 23 in the world, been as high as 18. So just showing that the players, as long as they have good footwork, they're competitive, they compete every single point, you always have a chance. And the work ethic of these three guys, Comesana, always have a chance. And the work ethic of these three guys, Comesana, is second to none.
Yeah, it's a nice comeback to 30-all. And also a nature of our sport. You don't have to be was a good backhand line.
Comesana just trying to give a little bit more power so that Fritz is.
Advantage Komesana.
That was a volley and a half.
Advantage Fritz.
Fritz did well to get it, just couldn't do enough with it.
Players here. But Taylor Fritz is starting to read these drop shots, but that one was just so good. That was definitely going to bounce 3 times in the box as a drop shot for Comesana. But even if Comesana were to lose that point, that takes a lot out of the legs. And that ultimately won him that point there, a deuce, right? By Taylor Fritz having to move up and back on that last point.
Take a little of this pressure off.
Advantage Komesana.
Yeah, that's a great effort from the Argentine. Yeah, some good work up there. That's blue-collar tennis right there.
And in moments like this, when you're serving for the set, that first serve percentage.
All right, Taylor does take care of his serve.
I like that move from Taylor Fritz early on in this set, showing if you leave anything hanging, I'm coming forward. Yeah, and that point right there is, you can't really tell on TV.
Pretty good serve there, curling into the body. Yeah, there's a breakthrough. So opening game, and Fritz steals it. An homage to the Argentine football club that he supports, which has a shark on its shield. Yeah, the shark was getting a lot of play in Wimbledon with the press there. Argentine football club. A little bit wide. Is the Masters 1000 event at Indian Wells. What's it going to take, do you think, for him to... Andre Rublev faces a similar challenge. You know, Rublev, different sort of level. He's 0-10.
And Taylor Fritz wants to try to get another break here, 2 break points.
Yeah, there's another break. Part of the tennis experience in New York. Oh, yes. Fritz wins that exchange. Such a great time of the year, this fortnight in the city.
At this time of year, these 2 weeks, this is what's happening. Yeah, a little more injection of pace from Comesana there off of that forehand.
Sort of the modern day Babe Ruth striding into the stadium was very...
Yeah,
I mean, Nick Monroe's here for 2 weeks. Come on.
Come on, put me in the president's suite. Come on, guys.
He didn't get the invite, right?
Not yet. I'm going to have to go with you. I'm going to have to go with the legend Leaf Shires to get in the president's suite.
We'll see. Maybe we can. Yeah, there's a nice game for Fritz. And just... Yeah, I like what he said. He said, you know...
Yeah. Rover?
I think.
Yeah,
Rover?
Monroe / Rover.
Monroe, right. He was there.
That volley could have gone anywhere in the court. Comesana had given up. But I got to know your nickname, Leaf.
Well, I'm paid to be candid. Oh, it's a good ball there in defense.
A mix of an all-court game is leading to be able to play on every surface.
Too bad. Yeah, Comesana is on the board here in the third. That was a good, strong game from the Argentine. Trying to advance to the 4th round here at the U.S. Open.
Yeah, Taylor Fritz dropping down his 6th ace of the match, and actually that text came from Paul Annacone.
That can't be true.
Oh, we got it. I'm sure Paul knows. I mean, come on. That's coming straight from the GOAT, Mr. Annacone.
That's funny.
Also coach of Taylor Fritz.
He's got to be enjoying what he's seeing. Nice work from Komesana. I know Paul Annacone's nickname was Cone. Fritz did well to cover the return, but
Did you and Paul Ancone ever have any battles?
we did. He got me at Wimbledon.
Oh, wow.
I was up 2-0.
Oh.
Oh, yes.
Oh, great recognition from Taylor Fritz. He recognized how heavy he hit that forehand. He wanted to see from Taylor, recognizing the times to get into the net. Even if he is far behind the baseline, get in. Great volley.
A little bit of underspin. All right, another game.
New balls, please.
I don't know what they were up to.
Oh, for Taylor, it's going to be Uber Eats.
Long open.
Yeah, one less as an athlete since then. Boy, no one's going to get to that forehand.
15-13.
Oh, did it catch the line? It did. And that was something special there at that point, and he enjoyed it, and we know that.
He sure did. 3 shots. That's what Comesana does. Uses his legs to extend rallies, but there at the end finally took some time away.
All right, there's another one, this time with the backhand. All right, he's hanging around. A good, strong game. Gets a second game on the board. So many players assume that deep position. They try and keep that game in front of them.
Yeah, and I think it's a great play from how far back he is if he's playing another player.
Oh, that's a good ball.
Backhand winner number 4 for Komesana. Again, just stepping up in the court just a little bit to take time away.
Taylor Fritz. Straight sets. And he's got his spot in the 4th round. Well, another absolutely rock-solid performance by Fritz.
Yeah, absolutely rock solid from Taylor Fritz, and he came out with intent from the very beginning of this match. He knew he was going to need to be explosive from the baseline, look to get into the net. This is exactly what he did, winning 79% of his points at the net.